There are not many Steven Setchers out there, that is for sure. So Hunter was it, now Steven is it.
Where's Steven from school?
Steven is going to go to Kennesaw State, and you may not know it, but the Georgia Film Academy video is so huge in the state of Georgia. There's the Georgia Film Academy now, and you can, if you're at Georgia State, Georgia Tech, UGA, Kennesaw, you can take courses at the Georgia Film Academy that then go into your Kennesaw State transcript. It's not like you enroll in a separate college. It's all melted together now. So you can go learn to be a producer. You can go learn to be a videographer. You can go learn to be an audio engineer through the Georgia Film Academy. And it's huge. I don't know if you noticed, Tyler Perry just launched 12 new sound studios in Atlanta. It is. Miss Thomas, Tammy, she went to the Georgia Film Academy and did that course, not this past summer, but the one before, where they taught script writing for English teachers. I have the opportunity as a video teacher to go spend 3 weeks for free at the Georgia Film Academy learning how to operate camera equipment and what goes on in the film industry. I just haven't been willing to give up 15 days of summer for nothing, you know. So I might at some point when I get through my specialist degree, but not right now. So what we're in here to do today is cover what you have available to you as a teacher, and you can put your hands on with video. Most of y'all have probably taken video with your phone, right? Most? Hello. It's easy. Point, shoot, video, do something with it, right? You don't necessarily with your phone get the greatest video or the greatest audio with that device. Over the last 4 years, I've applied for and gotten 3 grants from a company called ESE Networks. They are partnered with the state of Georgia. They run a video hosting platform. Those guys are going to start charging me $100 a month beginning in the spring to host our video. Their platform, unfortunately, is really not very good. So last week we launched YouTube, Fannin Rebel TV. You guys all have a G Suite email. The school address is a G Suite. Google owns YouTube. They will no longer allow you to manage a YouTube page with a G Suite email address. So there's now fanninrebeltv@gmail.com, and we manage a brand new site on YouTube just for hosting video. We launched it on Saturday at the band festival, 19 bands, 3,000 views that day, which is a pretty huge number for people to be watching a band festival. As many as 170, 180 people simultaneously watching, and people commenting from all over the place. Oh, I'm so glad I get to watch this online. You can see all the comments. I could reply to them. It was really, really a cool experience to be streaming with that platform. So we're launching that, and we'll talk more about it later. But what you're going to learn to do is set up a Padcaster. My 3rd grant I got came with 3 Padcasters. 1, 2, 3. Tripod and a backpack full of goodies. In this classroom, this camera back there, that has been a workhorse camera, $1,500 machine, awesome 4-hour battery life, indestructible. Coach Stanley had one in the entire volleyball season. He would turn it on. Sometimes I'd have to edit some of his videos and stuff, but he managed that, and all of his video now is stored on a drive called Gibbs Drive on the computer system here. I've got the records for 4 or 5 years stored here of all the video stuff. I took it down, but also in this classroom, I have 10 of these little cameras. They're just little Canon camcorders. They cost about $300, $75 for the microphone, the mount, $75 for the tripod. There's about $500 worth of equipment there. I have 10 of those in this cabinet. My video class, that's what they use. Fannin Rebel TV, we have 5 Sony cameras that cost about $4,500 a piece on more robust tripods. They don't come out in class. They go, there's 2 or 3 of them at the football field right now. There's a couple in the Performing Arts Center. So we take them to wherever we're doing a live event. I got these. They got used one time. Justin Wheat did an interview in town for the senior video, not this past senior video, but the one before. It was the past senior video, wasn't it? Yeah,
No, it would have been
2018. Yeah, so Justin Wheat used it one time, and I was like, okay, there's no reason for these to be collecting dust in my cabinet because they're iPads, they're pretty user friendly. So we're gonna go over how do you set it up, what do you do when you get the video footage, and how to put it away. So there's 3 of them, divide into 3 teams class, and we are going to take these out of the box and put them up, shoot video and take them down. The thing I want you to really think about with this is what video allows you to do. And you know, I had Isaac Brooks in class. You know Isaac?
Yes.
He won't utter a word. He is quiet as a church mouse. He is going to be your teacher today on how to set up the iPad. There's a video of him talking you through how to take it out of the box, how to hook it all up, and everything. He came out of his shell in front of the camera to be able to do that. So these will be in the media center. They are barcoded. You can walk in, check it out just like you do a book. You can take it home with you. You're responsible. Whatever you would do with a textbook, you can do. I am not allowing students to check them out. You can check it out, let your student use it to do a project, and then you will check it back in. Yay! How are you, Stephen?
Doing great.
You've been a celebrity all day today.
Oh, I have awesome.
The important thing about the equipment is it's very easy. Most of the iPad's not so frail. I mean, if you drop it, the screen's going to break, but it's not a frail device. The tripod attachments, the microphone attachments, they're not huge, robust devices, so it's easy for those to get misplaced. A lot of times kids take a camera, it comes back missing its battery, missing its microphone. So I take an ID, and when the camera comes back, they got to show me the SD card, they got to show me they put the battery on the charger, they took the battery out of the microphone, put it in the charger. I have to go through that every time. I learned this the hard way. They will not take care of it. So the next class comes in, they get the camera. I don't have an SD card. Where's the battery? And I'll go walkabout. There's no video studio in here. So if kids are making videos, they're in that room or in front of the school building or out back or in the radio room. I'll go and I'll find parts. There's parts everywhere. Or this entire pile right here, broken tripods. Broken tripods. This particular tripod here, it's been my favorite forever, and I'm using one of them back there. This piece of it, $250. I don't know how they break them. I have no idea, but they break them like they're going out of style. This one actually looks like it's got all of its parts. So you have to be careful with that when you let students have their hands on this stuff, because some of it is quite expensive. And what's in the iPad bag, you've got about a $100 tripod, an iPad worth $400. The microphone's probably a $50 microphone and some attachments and things. The chargers will disappear. The Apple chargers, they will disappear. I've written Gibbs on them. I'll be surprised in 6 months if there's a charger left in a bag, because I mean the kids will. They see it, oh, that's great, they'll take it, okay? So be careful with that. You can get the video off of that lots of different ways. The English class did a slow-mo video of themselves acting silly, can you imagine that? And airdropped it to themselves right off the Chromebook. So it's on their phones when they walked out of the room. So it's easy to get the video off, but you also can plug it into the computer or your Chromebook and copy the video over, okay? So we're going to do the groups. We're going to put the Padcasters together. So the power of video in the classroom that the kids create, I've had students, different classes, not even like EV Web right now is
pretty self-explanatory to set up. Okay. So to set this up, depending on how high you may need it, you may have to unlatch 2 or just unlatch 1.
Students will create video for you. They will make if you give them the option to make a video instead of writing a paper or a PowerPoint, they will create video for you. And it'll be good. It will surprise you when you give them the freedom to create. It will surprise you what they come up with or how they demonstrate their understanding of it. So Isaac, quiet as a church mouse, he has made a video about how to set this up. So I would like for y'all to get into 3 groups. Take the tripod out, get it set up to the appropriate height. Don't be that kind of student on me, Miss
Totally
Workman.
the kind of student, and you know it.
Probably
You just have to work alone. Can I have an alternative assignment?
I just want some free passes to the drive-in.
Hey, you
It's us, fellas.
fix her up. Just get,
Carload.
Carload.
do you want me to go ahead and set everything up outside? There's no chance of rain. I know
Yeah, I think it's fine. Put it against the wall.
Yeah, against the wall.
Put it against the wall, so they just have to move it. It's fine.
I'm gonna see if I can FaceTime Owen and show him what's different. There's really nothing much different.
As long as you got it set up and it's ready to go. He will have to log into YouTube though in order to hit go live.
I'll just leave it pulled up.
Okay, and he'll just have to hit go live.
Ball game tonight?
Yes. Did everybody sign in? I need to make sure you all signed in if you did not. Okay, so the tripod will go really high. It'll go to the Adam Turner height if you want it to. So it's up to you to adjust it however tall you want it to be. Those legs extend. It's pretty easy to extend the legs like they have it over there. And then it has the ability, if it's got a level on it, so you can see how it's level. You have the ability to loosen this knob and level the top of it without messing with the bottom, okay? So once you got your tripod up, yeah, you may want to sit it on the floor so you can mess with it. Once you got your tripod up, open up the backpack and pull all the stuff out. We're just going to pull everything out of the backpack.
The charger, which you also use to set up to your PC. And here you have.
Do not put the iPad in the case, okay? And there's a specific reason that we can't go ahead and put the, is it not locking?
In this bag, you'll find the camera and the cords that go with it.
I may have to get all these replaced.
And
You already putting all
This
that
one's
in.
not either.
I'm holding the tripod.
Get it out of the bag. Take it out here.
and the lens. And these have lens caps on them, which you'll have to take off before you start.
Too tight.
Try and get this off.
Try to push it down. Oh, it's broken. Wow. Congratulations. Y'all have to go up one.
That's fine.
We can do that.
Yeah, I honestly believe that these are the cheapest tripods that I've owned. They were free, so I can't complain too much, but you can just leave. It's really high enough if you don't extend, right? That's going to be really high for you guys. So sit in the floor with only the medium legs. It'll be tall enough. Okay? All right, it'll be tall enough for you. All right, so now inside your bag, this video, I'm not going to play it while we're going through this. This video is going to be shared with you. It's on our YouTube channel now, so you'll be able to go back and get a refresher course if you want to. So look at what you have in the bag. You should have a gray and a white charging cable. I put Gibbs on the white one, so maybe it'll stick around for a while. The gray one has got a USB-C connector, so depending on the age of your Chromebook, that'll plug right into your Chromebook. If you don't have USB-C, you've got a regular USB on your Chromebook, so you just use the white cord, plug it into your Chromebook, or plug it into your computer, either one, to be able to copy video. Okay, you've got a lens attachment that goes with the device, and it screws into this big piece here. Okay, you gotta take the lens cover off. This one's already off that side, and it literally just screws into this. So go ahead and put your lens on the camera. Y'all's was already on. The English ladies, they just cranked that thing down. I could not get it off there. Okay, and the lens cap actually screws on and off. Okay, so you've got your lens that goes on there. Then you've got to hook up your microphone. The microphone has a small attachment. It goes on the top where the lens is. And there's a small hole there where that would screw in. You could put it there, you could put it there, you could put it off to the side, okay? So attach that little device. Make sure it's perpendicular to the screen face. See, throwing a little math there. I'll try this for some science in a little bit. So just twist it in, and then there's a spinny thing in the middle that'll turn. That's not a technical term, but turn that little thing that spins, and that'll tighten it down. Okay? And then the microphone goes on top. Make sure the microphone's pointed in the same direction as the lens. It slides in the slot, and there's another rotating piece of plastic that you turn and tighten it down. Okay? It's got the rubber bands on it, so if you're moving this thing around, the microphone doesn't get all jumbled sounding. Okay? Your next attachment is the mounting plate for the tripod. There's nothing magic about the tripod. The magic piece of the tripod camera connection is this. If you get a different tripod, you have to have this device that goes with it. Okay, so all the tripods I have in here, they all have their own piece. I've tried to standardize what I do in here, so I'm only using 3 different ones, but that's what it is. It goes on the bottom. Goes on the bottom, and depending on which one you have, it screws in that hole. You can actually put it in that first one, then run that up and screw it down in there. Okay. Make sure it is also perpendicular to the screen face when you get it. This one does not, whatever reason, they've got the small hole, so you got to put it in one of the other 2 right there. Okay, but make sure you're perpendicular.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now. All right. Now, inside your bag, you should find a Y cable. You probably use this at home if you listen to headphones and talk into the computer at the same time. This splits voice and audio. So if you want to listen to what's being recorded, you can plug headphones into one of these. And on the side of it, it shows a headphone or it shows a microphone. So make sure you plug the microphone into the microphone piece. It will. Let's slide it out and tighten it up a little bit more. So let's tighten that down. All right, so it's starting to slide now. And then this little gizmo ratchets, so you can. It is. If I was buying a tripod, I would never purchase these. Free, right? There's a reason.
One of you plug in the iPad and one of you plug in.
Is it tighter?
A little bit, yeah.
Or your headphones
Yeah.
plug into it.
It's a little better.
All right, it's tight now. Okay, so with your microphone cable, right here on the side, it is going to go. If I'm looking as if I'm the videographer, the microphone cable needs to go through the hole there, and then get plugged into the iPad. So take it through that hole. Plug it into the iPad. Earlier, a class asked about using any iPad for this. If you'll notice over the lens of these iPads, there's a special little piece of tape with a tiny hole in the middle. That's what changes the focal point of the lens to allow you to have that extra lens. So if you just threw any iPad in there, you're not going to get great video. To put it in, you actually gotta muscle up a little bit on it and actually push it in there and just push it. You're not gonna break it.
I feel like I'm gonna break it.
Yeah.
Fall on all the others on.
Okay. So push it in there and then get it on top of the tripod and tighten it down. You make sure this is a little tighter. Okay, if it's you want to make sure on your tripod that you have spread the legs out all the way. That way it's more stable. Okay. If it's not level, You can loosen the knob underneath. There's a level, make sure the little bubble's right in the middle, and then tighten it back down. And the top of the tripod should be level then, okay? So let's get it mounted on there. You gotta push the red button in on the side, and then slide it in and tighten the knob down. The last class, Coach Cheatham videoed me, he followed me around the room. I'm like, cut this out. like I'm doing with y'all now with that video, yes. That little gizmo ratchets, so if you don't have enough space there, I don't think you got this. I don't think you got this tight enough.
A little more emotion.
A little more
I'm
emotion.
gonna need you to redo that scene from the beginning.
Really.
I'm gonna need you to redo that with this time. Let's try it like an angry engineering teacher.
An angry engineering teacher.
Let's try that.
With the tripod attachment, make sure that you really tighten that piece down, okay? Otherwise, it's going to be a little wobbly up top.
Yes, that was much better that time.
Thank you, Director.
Much
Thank you, Director Workman.
Angry GT on the front of the desk.
They're angry because they're bad.
Let's zoom in on what he's drinking on his desk.
All right.
Let's zoom in.
So everybody's connected now. You're all set up. Nope, in the back, we're not quite there.
Oh, no, we gotta follow him.
Follow me.
You do it, Cindy, you're the video professional.
We're good. You just gotta work it.
Yeah, you got to push it in there. So yeah, start with that corner, and then literally put a hand behind it and press. Really push it in there. Okay, and then to put it in the tripod, you got a quick release there that allows it to slide. Front loader has that. I've already got this too tight already. So let's push it back far enough where we can spin this knob here. Because it ratchets, you don't have to do that. You probably didn't tighten that quite tight enough right there, so it's still wobbly. So it's okay for now, but you really want to make sure you crank that piece down. Okay, all right, so now all you do to capture video is go to the camera just like you would on your phone, change from photo to video, and hit go, and you're recording. Oh, I did not tell you to turn your microphone on. These microphones are powered right here, right here.
Redo it.
Redo it, a new cut. You've got to turn your microphone on, and when you turn it on, you should get a green light. You guys in the back will not get a green light. The microphone is not powering up.
All right, this time, let's try it again, only this time,
Let's try it.
let's try seconds.
You guys, I'm really sorry that your microphone is not powering on.
Yes.
I think it'll be okay for the training, but I will have to fix it before I put it into the media center,
Yes,
okay?
beautiful.
Is that good?
Beautiful,
Thanks,
yes.
thanks. So now, important stuff with the tripod. If it's hard to tilt or hard to move, something is tightened down that you don't want tightened down, okay? My students will just manpower it up or woman power it up. They will go and make the tripod move, and it breaks the tripod head. So it should be literally barely have to touch it to move it, okay? If it won't pan left and right easy, loosen the screw up, and it literally should be that easy for you to turn. Okay, if you're having to put force into it, either this needs to be loosened up to tilt, or this needs to be loosened up to pan, okay? So don't force anything with the tripod, all right? Is it in there?
It's kind of, don't want to catch at the top.
Put your fingers behind it there and push.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Because it's rubber and it's given.
On both sides.
Yeah. And then where your plate is, you really want to tighten that down. See how wobbly it is now? You really want to tighten that down. It's not going to fall off, but you'd want to tighten it down. Okay? So everybody capture a little video. You can airdrop it to your phone. So if you've got an Air phone, if you'll turn on airdrop and you shoot some video and you really want that video, you can just airdrop it to your phone and you have it.
Here we go.
Are they zoomed in? One of the cameras they had zoomed in. You can zoom over on the left side. You can actually zoom in and zoom out with it. I don't think the 2-finger thing works. Does it work?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, awesome. Okay.
Pinch him hard.
So now a word of caution. High school students in video. The first thing high school students do when they're given a video camera is they believe they're the next Tosh.0 or the ridiculousness. Without fail, they will go to that level that quick. I will see video they never expected me to see because there's not a lot of room in here. They may be out that door doing video. They may be in the wood shop doing video. They may be in there. They may be up here in front of the school. I will see stuff and go, oh my gosh. Doing the tutorial on how to turn backflips. Saying stuff that's not school appropriate. I have sent a few kids to ISS for giving me the single finger high sign while video was running at pep rallies, at prom, and that sort of thing. So you need to be cautious with what you get. You need to look at it. If you allow them to do editing and put their own music to it, they may show you the words of a song, and then the one they use is guest rapper Jazzy Jazzy Jazz, and he doesn't say those words. He's saying something else. I treat that just like those words came out of that student's mouth. If I hear that in a video they produced, they're going to ISS for 3 days. It usually takes one a semester, though, before the other kids get it. That I'm really serious. I'm not listening to that in class. Because a lot of times I'll pull up and play. The first time I see it is when the class is seeing it. Because we're watching 10 videos that day that they made. It's like, oh, wow, that's not school appropriate. You're in trouble. Okay? And they're cautioned. But just be careful with that, with whatever it is you're filming. Okay? So Mr. Setzer has done a tutorial that's part of the presentation. It's also uploaded to our YouTube channel. So to save it, you're going to take the iPad out of the case. You're going to take one of the cords, connect it to your PC or your Chromebook, either one. How many of y'all have never connected your phone to a computer and copied photos? It's exactly the same. There's nothing different about it. With videos, it's exactly the same, okay? So you're going to connect to the computer, you're going to go find your file, you're going to copy and paste. And if you don't know how to do it, Stephen has used Screencastify. How many of y'all have used Screencastify?
You don't want to be able to transfer it over
Sabrina
to
has Screencastify.
yeah. On this, but it should be on your home, pinned to your home.
Screencastify, free download. Plug a microphone into the computer, turn it on, hit go, and whatever's on your screen, it's recording just like it would a video. You just start talking, hit record, start talking. So all he's doing, he is showing, this is actually my computer he's on because it's got all my stuff open. It's got my Google ID up here. It's got Phantom Rebel TV's YouTube logo up here. So he's just looking at whatever's on the screen. This is probably the most important thing. You must allow that iPad to talk to the computer. If you don't allow the iPad to talk, it will not see it in the directory. But that's all. He just walks you through how to allow it.
You can also search for it.
He's showing you how to find the file manager and stuff.
Now,
Kids don't know how to do that because they're Chromebook folks, but most of us do.
And then Apple iPhone.
It'll pop up, and then you get all your files.
Internal storage, DCIM, 100 Apple.
Okay, now if you shoot lots of video on here and you got a ton of files, you can view the large icon so you can sort of see what that clip is. If you want to get all of your files, click the first one, press the Shift key, click the last one, it will highlight everything in between. Right click, copy and paste, you'll get everything. If you want file 2, 7, 12, and 34, click the first one, press the Control button, click the files you want, right-click, copy, and paste. Okay, those two features, I notice kids don't know that because they'll come in here and they'll be copying every video individually, trying to get them all. Or you can left-click and like drag a box over it and highlight everything. But if you don't want all the files, use Control and select the ones that you want. Okay? So that's how you copy it. It's really no big deal. Once you've copied it onto your PC, you can put it in your Google Drive. You can do anything you want to with it. Okay? Any questions about that?
Get them to YouTube.
YouTube's a different story, and I'm going to go over YouTube after you put everything back in the box for your test grade. Take it all apart and put it all away.
No, that's a wrap.
Is that a wrap? You're going to let the little people put it away, aren't you, Director Workman? Turn the mics off, please. Otherwise, the batteries will be dead when the next person uses them. I'm going to buy different mics and cables for these. If I can get Shofi to fund me a little bit of money, because these are really crappy mics. This one just doesn't, it won't power up. I don't know if it's got real audio or doesn't have real audio.
Gotcha.
Can I get there at like 7:28 or something now?
No, I don't.
Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot about that.
Who's doing it?
The large end of the tripod goes to the bottom of the case.
Everything's got to go back.
A lot of flies in here. You can see around the door, right? Look at that one. Look at the door over there. See that big gap under that?
Take a sample of your pond water for biology.
It's Metamucil. You want some? I like the orange flavor. It is Metamucil.
It's around it. So I'm laughing about it.
It's clear, good grief.
It's so funny.
I like the orange. It's good.
Oh, that is so funny.
Keeps you regular.
I guess once you get to a certain age, once you get to a certain age.
Yeah, once you get to be 50, like I turned this year, yes. There you go. Did y'all take the battery out of the mic?
No.
Do me a favor, leave this out, because I've got to put this, well, we can do this one.
Take the battery out of the mic.
No, you can leave the battery in there. It's not the easiest. I don't know why they got such goofy, it doesn't even fit. That's why it fell out. Okay. And then these are extra rubber bands to do what we were doing there, Travis. And then your lens cloth. Okay, we got to get them all back, almost. We're getting close. The side. Oh no, the top.
Oh yeah, there it is.
There.
Okay. I see.
Go. You can just sit it over here with this, and Joey, when you guys are done, you can bring it up front too, because I'm going to take them to the media center after this. Okay. So what is my objective with this? We launched YouTube. We launched YouTube Saturday. I told y'all this, right? It's class number 3. It's like when I taught physical science 3 times, like, did I tell y'all? Did I tell y'all? No, you didn't tell us that. I think I did. When we launched YouTube Saturday, we're planning to now stream everything to Fender Rebel TV on YouTube. The platform is more robust. It works so much better. If you will take your phone and you'll scan that QR code, it will take you to the website. Go to the website and hit subscribe for me if you have some time. Go ahead. They're posted around the school, but go ahead and scan it. Any of y'all use QR codes to send students to sites? You ever do that?
Yes, until they say they don't have a QR reader.
They don't have to have it. Any Apple phone without a QR reader, you just hold the camera over it, and it will pull the site.
They can use Snapchat, and it'll
Yeah, they have it. They may not want to have it, but they have it. So if you just put that in your camera view, you may have to get a little closer because I shrunk it down in order to get it on there. It will pop up the Phantom Rebel TV site. Just go on there, hit subscribe. Yeah, you do not have to subscribe. You do not have to subscribe. You don't have to.
Why would we not, Mr. Good?
Well, Miss Workman, she doesn't subscribe to YouTube channels because she doesn't want her personal information being distributed among all of the people who keep up with all that stuff,
Now you're making.
is my guess. Have you ever seen an ad come up on Facebook that you've never searched, but you talked about?
Oh, yeah. I don't even. Voice directed technology.
They're listening, guaranteed. So this is out here. If you go out to Phantom Rebel TV YouTube site now, if you go out to the site, did I talk to y'all about the whole G Suite? You can't do YouTube with your G Suite thing? Okay. So this is what we have out there. This playlist piece is where I want the academic and the sports stuff to come in. For example, if you come up with a cool experiment and you have a student lead them through that chemistry experiment, you can take the Padcaster, set it up, record it. We're going to upload it to a science YouTube playlist on Phantom Rebel TV that you can then have students access from anywhere you can use the next semester and the next semester. A math channel, a social studies channel, a sports channel. So if you're a coach and you want to interview your starting pitcher, you get a Padcaster, have an interview with starting pitcher, and we will upload that to YouTube. So the video of him teaching you how to set up the Padcasters there, the video of him teaching you how to copy video over is also there. Okay? Then there's some Ignite grant stuff. We just populated it to get rolling. Tonight's game should be on Phantom Rebel TV YouTube. Stephen is here today working on getting that set up to be able to do that. So any questions about that stuff? How it works, all of those sorts of things. In addition to the Padcasters in the Media Center, this is my typical classroom setup. It's just a Canon camcorder. It's got its own mic. There's a battery that's in here with an on-off switch, just like the other. And instead of having internal storage, this has got an SD card slot in the side, so you can just pop that out. All of my computers have SD card readers. If you don't, I have the reader to be able to pop that in to read. So your video would get recorded onto this. The tripod is essentially the same with the little levers and the different mounting plate. That is in the Media Center. You can go check it out like a book. Your students that have had video class can go check it out like a book. I have students it's hard to get that camera. Students will take that home. They'll do their history project with it. They'll be filming their drama activity with it. Students are using that camera. The other thing that's in there that is available for you to check out, there is a Canon Rebel DSLR camera in the Media Center. Looks just like this one. Not too fancy of a lens in there, but it does have a couple of lenses with it. This is there. A lot of video today is being shot on this camera. Like if you go to Marvel Studios, they're using DSLR cameras to shoot their video. Better lenses, but the same equipment. It's got a mount just like you used on the top of that the microphone slides in there, and you can shoot video with the DSLR. Anybody can check this out. Miss Viccaro's photography class, they fight over who gets to check it out. Okay, she's got a DSLR camera, but that's it. So, and if you go there and the stuff's not there, I will allow you to come in here and sign out my classroom equipment. Okay, I have 10 of these in here. So at night, if you want to take it home, do whatever you're doing for the lesson for the sub, you're welcome to come get one and take it with you. Okay, you probably don't do that at home, but in case you did, all right. I have 2 DSLR cameras in this classroom if you want to get that and take it home. Okay, DSLR, it is the like HD TV is an upgrade over regular digital TV. DSLR is just a different protocol for digitizing video. So this camera is HD CMOS, which is a little down from regular HD. So there's different levels of that. Photographers, this is an awesome camera because they got the ability to change their focal point. This is really a cool camera for artistic creativity videoing. This is not. This is autofocus. You get what you get out of it. It's point shoot, easy. The iPads, you can do a few interesting things with the iPads as far as slow-mo and like at the touch of the button, slow-mo. Okay. The other thing is, how many of y'all use Photoshop at home? Anybody? Cindy, you still use Photoshop? Lightroom? All of the computers in here had, until the beginning of this year, they had what was called Adobe Premiere Pro CS6. It was pretty old software. This is probably year 5 of video at the school. That's what we had from the beginning. If you've been fortunate, probably, any computer with Windows 7, they're throwing in the garbage right now. If your desktop was Windows 7, you're getting a new one because they're about to throw them away. Windows 7 will no longer be supported in January. So if you've got a Windows 7 computer at home, it's time to get upgrade. You use $55 to upgrade to Windows 10 if you know how to do it. But the school decided just to get rid of the computers and get all new ones if they had Windows 7. So Adobe is no longer supporting Premiere Pro CS6. So this school year, I had to upgrade. They no longer sell licenses. I paid $3,000 to put video editing software on all these computers. Adobe is now a pay-by-the-month program. If you go buy it as a teacher, it's about $225 annually to own Adobe for the year. Okay? I purchased with QB funding 500 named licenses for Adobe Creative Cloud. You get the full suite for free on your school computer, your home computer, wherever you want to log in. So if you're paying for Adobe today, you can have it for free as long as you teach at Fannin County High School and they keep funding the video program. Photoshop, Lightroom, Premiere Pro, Illustrator, Acrobat Pro. Any PDF people in here? You had 2 PDFs and you wanted to make them one document. You went and printed them, scanned them again. Pro merges those files. So if you will email me, I want Adobe Creative Cloud, we will set you up an account on your home computer and your school computer. If it's the school, Kevin will come around, he will install the software on your school computer. You'll have to do it at home. The kids are doing it without any problem. Download the software, log in with your ID, and you are golden with Adobe Creative Cloud. Okay? The students who don't have computers, there's a light version of Photoshop and Lightroom for Chromebooks. If you want to put that on a Chromebook, you can. Mary Ann has to do that. Kevin doesn't even have the ability to do that. Mary Ann has to actually put that Google extension onto your Chromebooks. So in Ms. Ficcaro's Photoshop class, photography class, they all put Photoshop on their Chromebooks, and now that's what she's teaching her photography class with. It's out there for you. It's out there for anybody that's got access to your computer with your login to be able to use Photoshop. If you don't know how to use it, YouTube is covered up with tutorials. Find somebody that's doing that. Adobe's got their own, they're spectacular. You watch the Adobe videos, they will walk you through. If you spent an hour watching YouTube videos, you could edit video to the level of my Video 1 kids. It is really not hard to bring files in, cut them, and organize them and put titles and stuff. It's really pretty easy if you watch that. Okay, so that's out there for you. But my goal is that we as a group start getting a lot of YouTube stuff that we populate our YouTube channel with. Okay, it comes from y'all, comes from students. Any questions?
So I record on my document camera right now.
Mm-hmm.
I record my lessons on my document camera and they save as a file. in the document camera.
Do you know the format MP4?
Yeah, because I usually convert them. Well, Scott Mathis is going to he got me set up with Movie Maker to convert them. And I can upload them to my Google Classroom right now.
Yeah, and then the kids play them through Windows Media Player or
Yeah, whatever's on.
VLC or whatever's on their Chromebook, yeah. So those are uploadable to YouTube. Okay? These 3 devices, because I got them through that grant, these 3 devices are tied in. There is an icon on these that says ESE. If you click ESE, it is streaming live to the Phantom Rebel TV site that's hosted there. Okay?
Oh, no.
So you can stream live on here to that site. Not YouTube, just Phantom Rebel TV. But we, as of Friday, we took down, you used to be able to go to phantomrebeltv.com and that ported you to ESE. Now a window comes up, click here for Phantom Rebel TV and it takes you to the YouTube page. So there's no way to get to the old site unless you know to go to ESE Networks, go to the state of Georgia, go find the school. In March, these come off the 2-year contract. We will put the YouTube app on here. We will set it up with the login so it will stream from here directly to YouTube. If you want to do that. Okay? If you want to do that. All right? You may want to set one up and stream your academic team or something like that. So
Email you about Adobe.
yes, if you want Adobe, send me an email. We'll get you set up on Adobe. All right? Any other questions?
How much video them hold at one time?
I don't know how much storage there is. If you want to do like a baseball game, get the other camera and put a 32 gig card. You're welcome. We're done. We're good. Thanks for attending. Everybody sign in?
Yes, thank you.
I hope you got something out of this and you're going to use it.
Hey, will you go back to the QR?
So for academic team, it would be better to use one of those other ones over there as opposed to one of these?
No, those would be fine
These
for
would be
academic
great.
team.
And then
Yeah.
we could get 2, and we could do one for JV, one for varsity.
Sure. You just check them out of the media center.
Manager was.
Have a little time, we have the 28 is our first
Girls might be
need.
able to
Oh,
run
good.
faster than that kid that. And that's the other reason I
But,
asked.
like I said, if you get.
I got 2 girls that's gonna
Do,
managers
yeah.
and do some video and stuff.
Now, if they're going to take care of that, if they're really going to run it, we can set you up with like, the iPad's not going to give you great video at a baseball field. It's not. But those little cameras like that, as long as we can get HDMI output to them,
Right.
we have a laptop that runs OBS, or a guy like Cliff probably get a laptop, $700. It'll take HDMI input. You just plug your camera into it and you just hit go and you're streaming. We can get it all set up.
Now where you can have like 2 or 3 cameras set up, they sync together, and then you can just cut, from one.
So we have that. We have that on 2 laptops. We actually have it on a 3rd. There's one permanently set up at the Board of Education that will take multiple camera input streams. And it's called Wirecast. So we can have a 6 camera shoot. Our laptops, we usually are just rolling the laptop out for a 1 camera shoot because we only have 1 HDMI input. We can do multiple camera shoots, but we may want to, because basketball will be over when you start, move the live stream. It's a big computer though with a monitor.
Right.
We could leave it permanently in the press box, have them wire. They've wired everything I've asked for. They wired the PAC, they wired the gym. We say, we need you to run some cables for us.
Right.
Maybe one like on the first base side or the third base side, just outside of the backstop, so that they just walk out there and plug the camera in. And then you have one there and one in the, like looking through, but we may have to cut a piece out of the netting and put like a piece of plexiglass there so that you were looking through plexiglass instead of the netting. It'd be really cool. It'd be really cool. What I run into with that kind of stuff though, it's like with volleyball. I had the Reagan O'Neill, she's gonna go video volleyball, and she just doesn't show up, right? And there's you can't fire her, right? She's just a volunteer student. So it becomes how do you get the resources you need to be able to accomplish the video task? So if you've got managers, that'll be
That's what I'm
even
saying,
better.
If you had like 2 or 3 different cameras, different angles,
Yeah.
and you could sync them together or something? You just turn them on, let them run.
We do it at football. We've got one zooming in, zooming out, one wide shot, and one on the scoreboard. And they all come into the same software, and you choose which one you want to look at.
That's Callie Stanley and,
Okay. Thanks, y'all.